for mobile. Take Fox Sports 1350 with you using iHeartRadio. Is the IE's home for sports. KPWK AM 1350, Riverside, San Bernardino, an iHeartRadio station.
This is Robert Littell from BlackSportsOnline.com, and I'm out here with Fox 1350. We are Fox Sports.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, connected by Boost Mobile on Fox Sports 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops right here. It's going to be an interesting day. Our high school game of the week, we had Etiwanda, and we'll talk about that because we'll bring the podcast up. Etiwanda is off to an amazing start. They're 3-0 to start the season. So Etiwanda is definitely getting it done. But this morning, we are excited because it's we're happy. She's a friend of the show. She stepped in a couple of times when you couldn't be on air. I'm not taking shots, but she was. We call her the fifth Beatle.
Yes.
She's Michelle Gardner. Will be calling in later. Michelle is transitioning. She's in the process of transitioning. I know you guys had a chance to catch up on that.
Yeah, and it's as you said, it is a bit bittersweet because we're definitely sad that she's going to be leaving the IE and no longer providing sports coverage for the Inland Empire. But we are excited that she's gainfully employed now, and then she's doing some stuff, and she'll be doing something that she enjoys, and that's covering sports. It's
always a good thing, and we'll let her. I don't want to take her thunder or steal her magic. I don't even know if she's ready to speak publicly about it. But we're excited that as of today, we're able to get her on air right now. So I'm excited about that. So Michelle Gardner, I know last night you said she was out and about. I'm trying to check my Twitter to see exactly where she was.
Yeah, well, what I do know, last night the big game that was carried on Fox Sports West, and we were talking about it, and it was a huge matchup between two of the major powerhouses in terms of quarterback. And that was none other than Jaden Daniels and Cajon against Hank Bachmeyer, and the Marietta Valley Nighthawks. And let me tell you something. Both of those gentlemen didn't disappoint. I mean, Hank had pressure on him all night, but let me tell you something. I mean, there was two consecutive plays where Cajon got the ball, and I'm telling you, Jaden Daniels on the first play of each of those possessions scored. One was like a 70-yard touchdown pass, and then the other was it's kind of similar to what you said when he did to Downey.
I didn't appreciate you bringing that up. That
it was just like
that was. I mean, it's early in the morning, man. I'm just trying to get my bearings.
It was an 80-yard option run,
right?
So it was just ridiculous. So that kid he's not disappointing.
But you know what I'm upset about, and I know we're Fox 1350.
Yes.
I know Fox Sports West is a little bit bigger, but I need to make a call to my people at Fox Sports West and say, was it necessary when they showed highlights from last year?
Oh, that Downey game.
That they kept showing the highlights from Downey. I mean, that wasn't the only game Jaden played in last year. I mean, they kept bringing. I mean, you saw the big D right at the center of the field, and I'm like, that's Downey. And at that game, I was in the stands. I was embarrassed. I didn't even go on the field that game.
Yeah.
I just because James from the Daily Bulletin was there, so was Micah.
Right.
And I said, I don't want to be here. I don't want them, laughing in my face.
Well, I'm glad you took it. You saw it up close. And
no, I wasn't up close. I was up in the bleachers. I was as high as I could get.
Yeah.
And I talked about this. What's embarrassing? So when I went to that game, I didn't go as a member of the press. I went to represent Downey High School. We were in the playoffs. I was like, I'm happy. So I got on my Downey jersey, got on my Downey hat, and as soon as I walk in, their visitor locker room is weird. It's under the bleachers of the home team. So as I walk in, I'm turning in. I see a Cowboys jersey. I said, please don't tell me that's number 5.
Yeah.
So as soon as I turn in there, I got on all my Downey stuff. I'm ready to cheer, and Jaden looks right at me.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, he said that's for you.
He's like, I probably upset him. I felt like Spike Lee and Reggie Miller.
Right. We do have a caller live on the Boost Mobile Be Heard Celebrity Hotline. Caller, you are live on air. Who do we have the pleasure of talking to this morning?
Hi, guys. You remember me? It's Michelle Gardner.
Oh, yes.
How could we forget?
How could we forget? We are so happy that you're able to call in. How you doing this morning, Michelle?
I'm getting ready to drive to my new future home and find a place to live.
Well, we got a chance to talk to our audience a little bit about that, Michelle. But again, obviously, it comes better from you. So if you want to kind of take your moment to let our audience know exactly how you're going to be transitioning.
Well, I got a position with the Arizona Republic. It's a very good paper, great paper. In fact, one of the top 10 in the country, and I am going to be covering Arizona State athletics.
And that's really good because I saw a tweet that you sent out, and there is an abundance of local athletes that are from the area that are out there that you will already have a relationship with. What is that experience going to be like for you?
There's nothing better than seeing a kid play at a low level or a high school level, and then seeing them progress. I've had it a lot with minor league baseball players that I saw play in high school, and this is kind of just like that. So I'm really, really excited. I'm nervous. I'm happy. I'm stressed, trying to figure out how to make the move in 3 weeks. So it's a good. They're all good feelings, though.
And we saw the tweet where you name dropped. So I'm terrible with names. So I'm gonna let Eternal do this.
And so there's a couple guys on there, like you said. There's Cole Carbarall, there's Jordan Porter, Kalen Thomas, Eddie Medina, and then from Riverside. Remember, from Riverside, you have Kyle Williams, Malik Law. I hope I'm saying that correctly, and then Jared Bell.
Right. I obviously know the San Bernardino County guys a little bit better.
Right.
Jordan Porter, I think, he's a speedster. He can run.
Certainly.
So I think he's got potential to make an immediate impact. But I'm going to have a couple weeks to brush up before I get there. I'm going to watch every game and take things in intently. For me, this kind of was just right opportunity, right time.
Right.
I had originally emailed the sports editor because I was going to move to Arizona regardless. I couldn't afford to stay here.
Right.
And I have very, very dear friends in Arizona. So I had originally emailed him and said, look, do you need help covering high school football? And lo and behold, 2 weeks later, he had a couple reporters leave for other great journalistic opportunities.
Right.
So it was right place, right time.
Fantastic.
And then he also happened to be friends with my former sports editor here.
Nice.
So
you didn't have
I don't kid myself. I know that was a big part of this because a paper like that gets a ton of applicants. So it kind of was right place, right time, right opportunity, knowing the right person, and that was a big part of it. So I'm grateful.
And also, we've seen your work. So, I mean, let's not discount that. We've seen your work. And one thing I can say this in this 5-year journey with IE Sports Network Eternal and myself, one reporter that everyone mentions and always comes up is Michelle Gardner. And you can see now the people pouring out, and they're thanking you for all the things that you did for the community. So we absolutely know that I'll say it, you were the best journalist in the Inland Empire. I know you don't want to say that, or you won't say that, but I will say it.
And
I do appreciate it. I really do.
And then one thing we want to tell you, we have both the coaches in here from Ukaipa, and we have the coach in here from Ganesha. They thought you were going to be here today, and they brought you stuff like Coach Price actually brought you a visor. He wanted. You
know what? I'll find a way to get it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I will.
Okay. I'll make sure I let him know that.
Okay. No, I've really, really enjoyed my associations with all the people here, and when they shifted me from college to the high schools, I didn't know how I'd do it, and now I just love it so much, and I'm going to miss everybody. But hey, the Twitterverse and Facebook is always there, and I'm always going to be thinking of y'all. And I'm still following what's going on here. Trust me.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, so there's no rest for the reporter. You were out there. Well, actually, you said you were watching Marietta and Cajon on Fox Sports West. Now, speaking of Twitter, that Jaden Daniels, and I know you've seen him since he was a freshman. I mean, talk about that guy, what he's become.
He's amazing. And when you look, I said before the year started, nobody's going to come within 30 points of Cajon. I mean, it's ridiculous the talent they've got there. They lose, obviously, Jeremiah Martin, but Baron Jones is a freak. Who can possibly match up with that guy? I mean, it's scary. I wouldn't want to be the team on the other end. I would be very surprised if they get beaten along the way. I don't see it happening this year.
Right. I think the only teams that can match up with them are probably going to be at the state level. And when you look at Marietta Valley, it's just the speed. It reminded me when we got a chance, and we talked about this last year when Centennial came to Etiwanda, and just the speed that they have on defense is just amazing. And this is going to be a down year with the baseline. I know baseline is your forte. This is a down year for the baseline league.
You know what? It is. And Rancho Cucamonga, of all teams, is in a world of hurt. I think a lot is going to depend if and when their quarterback comes back. And I hate to – it's high school kids, and I don't want to pin the blame on one guy. But when you're playing a team like Norco, that's just a position. And it's hard for me to believe they don't have another quarterback in the school, literally, that they had to put a wide receiver back there.
Right.
But, I mean, he literally dropped the ball out of his hand the first 2 times he went back in the pocket. It was not pretty. And, I'm sure that there are a lot of people out there that are jealous, that are laughing at Rancho, and glad Rancho kind of is on the other end for once. But they're and, a new coach, too, so a little bit of a transition there. Their top 2 players skipped town and followed the gravy train, so to speak. So, I mean, they're in other teams in baseline lost a lot of players, too. So I think this is just one of those years. There's a little bit of a gap between Upland and everybody else.
Right.
But I think Etiwanda's done way better than people might have expected. I think they might have been. They're probably the surprise team in the baseline early on.
Yeah, and we're covering Etiwanda right now, just like we've got a chance to see Jordan Porter up close. So we really hope he materializes and does some big things out there. But yeah, we actually, that's our game of the week. We've seen Etiwanda. They have that new defensive coordinator
and a sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, and a sophomore quarterback who's just really talented. I mean, no interceptions, no turnovers in 3 games. So that kind of tells you where he's at.
Yes. No, I'm going to be, trust me, I'll be keeping in touch. I mean, these are, I want to say they're my kids. They're all my kids. I have a lot of kids.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm going to be definitely paying close attention to, to how everybody is doing here. It's, you can't get rid of me that easily.
Well, fantastic. Well, please, if you get a second, if you could reach out to, we'll let Ukaipa know that you're going to make sure you connect with them. So they'll be excited about that. But we want to make sure we tell you we wish you the best of luck, and you can always call us anytime.
I appreciate it. Thank you, gentlemen. I'm going to miss everybody.
Fantastic. We'll miss you too. That's Michelle Gardner right there. And again, we wish her
now
well.
of the Arizona Republic.
Republic.
Excuse me, in 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks.
Of the Arizona Republic.
Yes. So we thank her so much for her service. She's been so diligent with writing, and you can see she has opinions, and that's what we. And
she's the one. She's a straight shooter. I mean, she's not gonna.
That's why I love having her on the show.
She can care less about your feelings.
Oh yeah, I should have said, well, that's what I saw. I mean, that's what.
Yeah.
And she's like, I think we missed that. As we were saying, we lost some folks, and some folks were buried. John McCain, and also obviously Aretha Franklin. And one of the things they talk about with John McCain is they missed that kind of politician, and same thing it holds true with Michelle Gardner, that kind of reporter, that kind of journalist that really just shoots it straight. Is like missing. Everybody's kind of PC now, so it's kind of interesting.
And the one thing about it, we've seen Michelle. We've seen her in action. We've been at games with her, and she can sit there and hold a 30-minute conversation with somebody. But at the end of the game, she's already made deadline, and her story's gone. It's like, how do you do that?
No, she's talented, skilled, and again, she will be missed. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. We do have some special guests here in the house. However, I got to make sure I mention this.
Take your time.
Friend of the show.
Okay.
Shot me a little message.
Okay. Who that?
Yeah. Anonymous.
Okay.
Friend of the show.
Got you.
Send me, I have some tickets from a friend of the show. Said, hey, you know what? Go ahead and bless your audience with this. So I have free tickets.
Okay.
To the UCLA Bruins game today, this evening, 4:00 against Cincinnati. So if you guys want to go.
So that's your friend of the show.
Well, I said a friend of the show.
No, that's because what team do I like?
You like SC.
Okay. So again, that's your friend. So I'm thinking, are they being nice to us, or are they trying to flip us off? I mean,
no. I mean, they was just like I said, they wasn't worried about your feelings.
I guess not. They got me. I'm feeling like Drake.
Right.
What Kiki?
Oh, you about to kill me today. Oh my goodness. But anyway, so yeah, we are giving away free tickets. So we'll do this on the easy way. I know folks don't like to call in because they don't want to.
And we got some more tickets.
Oh yeah, we got. Look, today is giveaway Saturday.
Today we got time. Yeah.
Today we got time. So we're giving away 4 tickets to the UCLA football game. You guys can reach out to us.
I guess I'll give an A clap.
Jesus Right.
You know, I got to say this. Speaking of UCLA, I've got to say this. My daughter knows everything about UCLA football now because her classmates since kindergarten.
Yes, and they said he's going to get some playing time. He's not going to redshirt either. I just heard his dad say that. Okay.
So her friend since kindergarten, Alec Anderson.
Word.
I was more excited when I think he was committed to Washington State at first.
Right.
And then he changed his mind, which kids do.
Yes.
You know, so he decided to stay home and be close to. I mean, why do you want to be close to home? I mean, go enjoy the college experience. Man.
Right.
Get away.
Right.
You know, but yeah, I'm happy for him, Alec Anderson. So my daughter, she said they still have Snapchat. I had Snapchat for like 3 days and deleted it because I thought it was the dumbest thing ever.
Oh my God.
But she said they Snapchat and he's talking about he loves the college experience. He's all fired up. He's all excited.
It has to be.
And the funny thing is, I of course I didn't know who he was, but I've seen that kid since he was in kindergarten.
Right.
Crazy.
Hey, let me tell you something. It's a big deal. So you would have been accepting of it because you would have got a chance to see old boy go out there, And again, we got a chance.
If I was a Bruin fan.
Well, look, I am. I'm fine with that. I'm not like a Bruin
and
fan,
then
but
G. Holla has to play the UCLA music.
Yes.
If you've noticed, if anyone gets a chance to hear the Fox Sports 1350 High School Game of the Week, they know what music that is that starts the game off.
Well, like I said,
I'm just saying.
I was just giving you a little token, man. Next time, I can reverse it. I can put the UCLA theme song on if you like. Okay, making sure.
I said you got to send it through traffic and you don't have the contacts. So you were saying?
Holla, Black Holla. I got something for you, man. We know how to get it done. So check it out. So I do have, as I mentioned, 4 tickets.
But we appreciate that. Thank you to the anonymous donor.
Yes.
We really appreciate
yes,
that.
we do. We always appreciate it. Anytime you guys got something you want to give away, you can give me a call. But again, we're giving them away via social media. So if you guys want to find us anywhere on social media, you guys can do that at IE Sportsnet. IE Sportsnet. We're available on the Book of Faces, Twitter, and the iJizzle.
And then, and I just thought about this. Anybody wants to stay in contact with Michelle Gardner, wants to continue to follow her, it's M. Gardner. So that's the letter M, Gardner Sports, at M. Gardner Sports. And also, Aries Spears is coming to town. Do we still have some tickets for that?
I have a pair left. I do have one.
Okay, we have a pair left.
I've given away.
We're getting all kind of free stuff.
Yeah, I've given away because, again, and now that's tonight. I want folks to know. Right. That is tonight. We have tickets. We have a pair of tickets to Aries Spears tonight, 9:30 at Ontario Improv. My goodness.
Come on, we got so much stuff going on.
Big shout out to my man Kevin. Got a chance to talk to him yesterday. And so he said he was
from the Improv.
Yes.
Oh, good.
He was the one that told us 9:30. He said so the tickets, the giveaway tickets are for 9:30.
Today he got time.
Today he had time. So again, it's 9:30. So if you guys want to go to the Aries Spears comedy show, I mean, this guy's funny. He was on one of our.
He was on Mad TV back in the day.
Exactly. Been on Mad TV. Been on all kind of stuff.
Funny. I thought me and Kevin were friends, and I said, "Hey man, let me get some of the Chris Tucker tickets." He's like, "We ain't that kind of friends."
No, we ain't cool.
He's like, "Today I ain't got time."
He ain't got time for that one. But yeah, so we do have those tickets again for Aries Spears, so we're really appreciative of that. And when we come back, I believe we have one of our football teams. We got them in the wing right here.
Ukaipa. One town, one team. One
dream.
There you go.
And let me tell you something. When these guys come, they came with the hoodies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit the gym looking like. I mean, I'm ready to. Don't.
Well, you missed the summer. You said in summer you went to Cancun. You didn't tell anybody about that. I didn't want you. That's good. I mean, you don't need to rub it in everybody's face. I almost deleted you on social media when you were out there. When you were me and G Holla were talking about it because I guess G Holla follows you, so he saw you. I was like, man, I almost deleted you.
I didn't want to.
While we were broadcasting.
Right.
Yo, I didn't want to talk about it because I know everybody got a little emotional.
That's the funny thing because remember that G Holla, we were talking about Eddie's supposed to be calling in, and he's like, oh, Eddie's live. And he's in Cancun live. And then he's going to say something, oh, yeah, everybody listen to my boy. It's like, this guy right here, man.
Well,
he's out there living his best life.
Yeah, I was out there. I had the cognac flows naturally out there.
I'm gonna call you Snoop Dogg. You out there living your best life.
Yeah, that's what I was out there doing. I had a Cuban cigar. Oh man, it was beautiful. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. It was great.
Oh, that's right. In Mexico, you can get real Cubans.
Yes, the authentic.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, man.
Yeah. Anyway,
that's enough. You're not even a cigar guy, man.
Hey,
I'm the cigar guy.
I was that day though. But yes, when we come back
today, I ain't got time.
We have Coach Price and the Ukaipa squad. They came here deep too, so we're really excited about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it G real with you. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. You're listening to IE Sports Net, connected by Boost Mobile with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here, live on Fox Sports 1350.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto and Pradaxa users. If you or a loved one has taken the blood-thinning drugs Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered an injury or even died, you could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-282-8605 now. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to internal bleeding, strokes, and pulmonary embolisms. If you or a loved one has taken these blood-thinning drugs and have been hospitalized for internal bleeding, you could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Don't be a silent victim. Time is limited to file your claim. Call now for free information and a free consultation. Lines are open 24/7. Call 800-282-8605. That's 800-282-8605. 800-282-8605. You could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-282-8605 now.
All right, guys, we're ready for our Four Seasons sunroom, and Daddy's gonna get a rec room with refreshments.
Oh no, we'll be sleeping under the stars.
Mom, what about the one with, the fun?
Nice try, little bro. It's a gym. My gym.
Hey, Grandma's getting her Four Seasons garden room. Weather tight and still like being outdoors.
Maybe a living room. Oh no, wait, a family hub.
Yeah!
No matter what the budget, the season, or the climate, Four Seasons Sunrooms let you and your family enjoy the outdoors inside. Call now to hear more about these great offers from the premier manufacturer of sunrooms since 1975.
More reasons for Four Seasons now.
To find out more, call toll-free 800-973-5533. That's 800-973-5533. Call 800-973-5533 today.
Score Sports has been a loyal partner in the sports industry for over 40 years. Founded in 1975, Score Sports has always been a family-owned and operated business located in the heart of Southern California. They offer a full line of youth and adult soccer uniforms, accessories, and field equipment, youth and adult basketball uniforms and accessories and equipment. Score Sports can outfit your coaches and league referees as well, and much more. Their dedication and attention to detail has transformed Score Sports into one of the leading sport uniform manufacturers in the United States. Visit their spacious warehouse at 726 East Anaheim Street in Wilmington, or call them today at 800-626-7774. That's 800-626-7774. Or visit them on the web at scoresports.com. That's scoresports.com, at facebook.com/scoresports, or on Twitter and Instagram with the handle Score Sports. That's SCORESPORTS.
Box combo, please.
At Raising Cane's, we're all about quality. We mix cane sauce in our restaurants every day. And our chicken is hand battered and cooked to order. Our Texas toast is grilled with just the right amount of butter and garlic. And our lemonade is always freshly squeezed.
Love the window.
And why do we do all this? Because it makes a difference. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
What's up, world? This is your favorite comic, Tony Rock. And you're checking out Fox Sports. We are Fox Sports.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, connected by Boost Mobile on Fox Sports 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here. I'm excited, Eternal. I think this is the third year.
Yes.
That this young man has come into the studio.
Yes.
So I'm starting to think he likes us,
We might be okay.
Right.
It's always good because we were talking about the motto that you guys have, please introduce yourself first to the Fox Sports Radio audience, please.
It's Coach Justin Price here from Ucaiba High School.
Is he the champion from the Inland Valley Classic?
Number one guy.
Okay. I had to put that out there.
But talk to real quick, educate our audience about the motto that you guys have at the school and how that kind of translates with the football team.
Yeah, our motto is one town, one team. We're pretty fortunate to be in a community where we only have one high school.
Which is rare.
Very, very rare in California, yes. And, we really have a bond with our Junior All-American program. And, we want those kids to feed up to us, and we want them to believe that, we want them to stay in our town.
Right.
And with all of the transferring and crazy stuff that goes on now in high school sports, we just want to promote that, and we want to keep everybody, in town basically, and want them to come to our high school and have a great experience in our community.
Fantastic. Now, obviously, you guys came off a tough loss last night. Talk to us about the game last night, and what were your thoughts, obviously, on the aftermath?
Obviously it's it's tough to take a loss like that. It was the number 5 ranked team in Division 4 that we faced last night. We were the 8 ranked team going in. Very physical game. I mean, I tell you what, that was probably one of the most physical games we've been a part of in a long time.
Wow.
So the most impressive thing on my end was how physical we played.
Right.
We replaced a lot of seniors from last year.
Right.
So we're finding out a lot about our football team right now, and that's one thing I'll take as a big positive from last night. As we played to the final whistle, we played very physical. We were competing against multiple Division I athletes. Their quarterback was outstanding.
Right.
But we found ways to just keep making plays and keep ourselves in the game. So I think we learned a lot about ourselves. Faced a little adversity early in the preseason.
Right.
And we're trying to get ready for CBL football. We have 3 more preseason games this year. We lost Miller and Eisenhower, and now we have a really tough preseason. We got Chaparral next week. I mean, they're going to be another ranked team in our division, and
doesn't get any easier.
Does not get any easier, and we're excited about that opportunity.
Fantastic.
And one thing about that, Coach, it's like it reminds me of Bobby Bowden when he was at Florida State. You play anyone, anywhere, anytime. And one thing I can say about Yucaipa is you don't back down from anyone. Is there a reason? Because this year's unique because you guys had 7 league games last year, and now, like you said, because you lost the teams, now you're cutting that back, and you didn't want any cupcakes. You said, I'm going to go get some real games out there.
Yeah.
Why do you like to do that, Coach?
I think look at our league.
Right.
The talented teams we got to play in our league. I mean, Cajon's one of the best teams in California.
Right.
And Rev is, another team that's perennially great.
Right.
If we're going to compete, we've been 6. We've come in 6 of the last 8 years. We've come in second place in our league.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
We're trying to get over that hump, and the way we feel like we got to do that is by having great competition in the preseason. And I'm really looking forward to continue that the next few weeks here. We want to be ready for CBL football because that's what matters.
Right. And like you said, you have Chaparral coming up. You have San Gorgonio coming up. You have Silverado. Silverado had a really good year last year. Their quarterback, he actually played in the Inland Valley Classic. And then you get into league play. What are your thoughts about this season? Is there, like you said, you had a game last night. Any adjustments you need to make? You're young. Any adjustments you guys can see that you need to make?
We're just looking to progress each week. I know there's always going to be adjustments. Haven't had a chance to look at the film yet. But I will tell you that if we can continue to improve off of the physical play we did last night, I think that's one thing that, one thing I always tell my guys, we're going to practice hard. We're going to do the right things. We're going to work out hard. We're going to do all these great things. But I can't teach you experience.
Right.
You get experience from playing in games.
Right.
So, and with the schedule we have, we're going to get great experience going into CBL. So, I really feel like that's going to get us ready to play. Just the more experience we can get on the field in situational, defense and offense, I think that, we're gonna start to excel as the year goes on, and I really look forward to seeing this team in the CBL.
Fantastic.
And then the Yucaipa T-Birds.
Yes.
Please. The youth football coach, that kind of hurt because they call me Coach B because I coach in Junior All-American, and that team, oh my God, they ran all over us.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a great youth program for you guys to be affiliated with.
So let's go ahead. I know you got some players, so let's get these players up. So we have one that has some experience. So we'll let quarterback go up first. And then we'll have the guys come on up.
Yeah, we got our senior quarterback here today with us. That's Keo McChesney.
And Coach, if you can do me a favor, just so I want to hear it, because you'll get all the names right. If you can introduce everybody that you brought in studio today.
All right, got a fullback tight end. He's a 2-year captain for us, Zach Douglas. We have an outside linebacker receiver here, Gio Estrada. We have a slot wide receiver, Stephen O'Connor. We have a running back right here with us, and that's Logan Alexander. And we have an inside linebacker, Samir Yusuf.
Fantastic. And Samir has the jumpsuit on, man. I was like, Samir, I got to get one of those jumpsuits right there. Let's go ahead and get QB on. QB, how's it going, man?
It's going great. How are you guys?
Fantastic. Now, I saw the fellas going hard on you. They're just brutal on you, man. They say, hey, we don't get enough balls. Is that what you go through all the time, man?
That's where comes with being a quarterback, so I'm used to it. So.
Fantastic.
Common, cool. And the correct way to say your first name again?
Keo.
There you go, because I always go, I mess up my own.
Make sure you put that mic up, man.
There you go.
Be like Drake, man. Now, tell me, what is it like, man? I mean, again, Coach talked about you guys have that identification with the community. What is it? There's a certain level of responsibility being a quarterback for you, Kuiper. Talk about that.
Oh, no doubt. No, it's super cool. It's unique. It's different being a part of a community that really supports us. Our games are incredible. If you've been out to Kuiper to watch a football game, it's something else out there. So it's different, but it's nice, and it comes with responsibility, but it's great out there. So I enjoy it.
The mistake that I think we made is when we went there, it was what, January?
Yes.
And it was late, and it gets cold in your Kuiper.
Oh, yeah, it's cold out there.
My
yeah.
goodness, and I didn't have a jacket, so.
And let me tell you something. I don't do well in cold. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, I'll go in there, show my face, and I get out of there,
right.
man. Yeah,
I try to look cool, I'm sitting here shivering. They like, you okay?
Yeah, correct. So now, and obviously, talk to us about that game. And Coach was saying, like, obviously, it was a tough defeat, but you have to learn from those things. But talk about what you learned as a quarterback.
Well, I think we learned more about our team. It's a really tough opponent. One of the top-ranked teams in our division, and O-line played great. Defense played amazing. So we just learned a lot about our team. Because that's we know how many more pushover teams. This is a real team, and so being able to go and compete, we have a lot to work on, but it just showed a lot about our team, and a really physical game. So I'm excited to see what happens going forward.
And your Citrus Belt. So this is the thing. You're a 2-year starter at quarterback.
Yes, sir.
You're replacing a 3-year starter. He actually played in our game.
So hopefully you'll be ready to go, man. Come right.
And then you said one of your biggest accomplishments was being named captain. One of my biggest defeats was being named a bench warmer. But tell me, what is it like when you're the quarterback? And you're named captain. How was that feeling? Did you have more pep in your step walking around campus? Like,
something that I've wanted for a very long time. Since I was young, and I went to watch Friday nights, and it's something I've been looking forward to. And it was just, as soon as it happened, surreal for me, and it was really exciting. So
fantastic. Well, congratulations, man.
So one thing I had, and Martinez was the quarterback. Did he have a torch that he gave to you and said, this is yours? Did he pass it to you?
Was it some kind of like a ceremony?
Was it a ceremony, a dark room, or anything?
It's funny because me and Nathan are actually really good friends, and he's done so much stuff for me and just helped me improve my game. So. It was kind of like that in a way, and he said, "Hey, it's yours now, so let's run with it." So he's done a lot for me. Yeah,
fantastic.
You got to tell him I still need my torch.
Right. So let's get Zach up real quick. We got Zach. Zach might be like, I don't know. I'm looking around. Zach might be the good hair guy in here. Normally the good hair guy is like the quarterback. Quarterback is looking at this stuff a couple times like that, but Zach got him beat today.
Yeah, I got to tell you what. I just woke up this morning.
I woke up like
this. A little bit. That's how it goes.
I'm follically challenged, so I don't want to hear that.
We all got on hats. That's for a reason.
Right.
Zach, now again, playing for you, Kuiper, obviously is a big deal. Talk to us about how coach is at practice. In terms of the leadership aspect about coach.
Yeah, so we all step on the field every day, and coaches are always there making sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do, and always making sure that the team is on the right track. So it's a great experience.
Fantastic. Now you said that you're doing extremely well in academics. I want to make sure I get this correct here. Ranked top 5 in your senior class for academics at Kuiper.
Yeah.
Which is great by being a student athlete.
Right.
Talk about why you think that's important, and again how that could be how that can have an example on your team.
Right. Yeah. It carries around all of it because basically not only is it important to do well in sports, but more importantly school, and that's what all the coaches stress at Kuiper. It's nice. Like grades come first. Everyone knows grades comes first, and before you even step on that field, if your grades aren't where they need to be.
Right. You already know the deal.
Right, yeah. Well, and it also carries over, too. You can be a great athlete, but if you're a great athlete and you understand the game well and you're super smart, that turns you into an incredible athlete. You know
Fantastic.
what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm just going to say, when I get older and I got to see my doctor, just take care of me. Because this guy is going to have a practice.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I got you guys.
Remember I was on your show. Let me make sure I take care of you.
Exactly. Well, Zach, continue to do well, man. Continue to be a leader on your team, okay?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Fantastic.
There you go.
Let's get Samir up here. My man got the jumpsuit.
That kind of hurt my feelings. Just wake up, hair just looking good.
Yeah.
And like I said, my barber, I'm still upset with him because he won't charge me half price. I'm like, I have half the hair, baby.
Right.
But he's like, nah, full price.
Full price. Now, go ahead and introduce yourself real quick to our audience, please.
Hey, guys, it's Samir Youssef, number 45 on your Kuiper football team.
Now, you're a linebacker.
Yes, sir.
So linebackers means you got to kind of come with a certain level of swagger. You got to kind of, you got to be like with the leader out there. Now, are you middle, outside? Which one are you?
I'm a middle.
It's like an inside guy. Inside backer. So you're like the guy. You're shouting out stuff out there. Talk to us about what do you think is the your defense in terms of when you look at your defense, what would you say that the identification of your defense is?
Oh, we're a bunch of really close guys, and we play hard and we hit hard. And last night it was evident because we played great, and we had some crazy stops on the 1 yard line, the half-yard line, in a row.
Wow.
And the guys just came flying in, and we were stopping them. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I was going to ask you. So speaking of that, when you're down in the trenches and say it's like first and goal from the 5, and then it's 4th down and they haven't got in yet, and then they go for it. Is that them test? How do you feel? First of all, you like it's 4th down. You're not going to kick the field goal. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, it was definitely surprising because a lot of the teams we play, they always go for the field goal. And they were willing to take the risk, and it paid off a couple times. But we stopped them really well. And, it's all mental.
Right.
You gotta know that you'll be the better team on 4th down.
Right. And then I gotta ask you. So when you're in the linebacker, when you're the mic, and someone calls the other person as the mic, and you know you're the mic, do you laugh at the quarterback? I mean, do you say, does this guy know offense?
I actually play Will, but our Mike linebacker, Caden Masner, he's phenomenal. He's such a physical player.
There you go.
And now, and again, I want to make sure I take my hat off to this gentleman because you said you're top 10 in your senior class as well in academics as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. So, and again, the importance of that. Talk to us about why you feel that's important.
I think it's important because it's in the name, student athlete.
Right.
You're a student first.
Right.
And like Zach was saying, if you're a smart person on the field and in the classroom, it's going to help you out.
Fantastic. I mean, you look at my guys, Sean Lee. You know what I mean? Sean Lee, Dallas Cowboy. I had to reference the Dallas Cowboy.
Wow.
Sean Lee. Anyway, but it's again, keep up the good work, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, fantastic. Let's get Logan up.
I just wonder, what I think about. The funny thing is, I know you had a top 5, a top 10.
Right.
See, here's the thing, guys. When you're like bottom 5, you can get a show on Fox. so just remember that.
Right. There's always a future on radio, right? Mr. Logan Alexander, how you doing today, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Now you're the running back.
Yes, sir.
And there's UKIPA's had a line of running backs.
Yeah.
Talk to us about what you're bringing to the table, Logan.
Like I'm not as big as like most of our running backs that we had before. So I work better in open space than just run through holes.
So you have to make sure that you say, hey, like Frisk, like almost like a McCaffrey kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like he's really, I mean, he runs in the holes, but he's better on the outside kind of thing.
Yes, sir.
Now, what would you say the identification of I asked one of your linebackers what it was about the defense. What would you say the identity is of your offense?
Like we work. I don't know. We work together pretty well, and we always try to do things different and do our plays, run them as perfect as we can, as we do in practice, and then do it in the game.
Understood. Understood.
You know what's funny? He said he wasn't as big as the former running backs. I wasn't as talented as the former athletes at my school. So
yeah, and just because I ran a 4.8 in the 40, you know what I mean? A lot of people
dusted me.
A lot of people thought I was jogging, but I was really trying to run. I told him, give me 10 more yards, man. I need 10 more yards to get my speed up. Now, you guys got some big games coming up. How are you guys? How are you feeling? Obviously after last night was a tough loss, but how are you feeling about going forward?
I feel good. I feel like last night was a great learning lesson for us to build on to help us later on in the season with our better teams we play.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you, man. You keep up the good work, okay?
All right. Come on down.
Who you got next, man?
Introduce yourself. Go ahead and let everybody know. Introduce yourself to the audience and let one team know who's in here.
Team Yorktown, baby.
There
you go. I like it.
Yeah.
Got it.
This is Gio Estrada, number 83 for UKIPA football.
He's the smooth one.
Yeah.
He's the smooth one. Look at him. But first of all, you're a football player. Don't worry about trying to take a radio guy's job just yet.
We're trying to come in and take our job.
Hey, you guys
Coach Price, you got to take our job in here, man.
He's probably out here getting ready for his social media.
He's like, I tell my IG audience, get ready because I'm coming up next. So, now,
but he's a wide receiver. So
you're a receiver.
There you go. Receiver, outside linebacker, and fullback.
Okay.
Receivers are the ones that are flashy.
Now, if coach says, hey, what's your preference? What would out of those 3 positions, what would you prefer to play?
Growing up, I loved wide receiver.
Right.
But yeah, outside linebacker for
outside
sure.
linebacker.
Love to move. Love to move.
Yeah.
Fly around.
And he's the captain.
Right.
Yeah.
And now being one of the team captains, especially on defense, what do you feel your responsibility is on the team?
We have 2 varsity football captains on defense, and I'm one of them.
Right. Okay.
So it's a big responsibility because when when teams driving down the field, you gotta pump up your D.
Right.
You gotta make a stop.
Right. And now you guys your inside backer was saying, you had some big stops.
Yeah.
So talk to us about what's the momentum like? What are you telling your teammates when you have those stops?
I'm first of all, I'm telling them down and distance, letting them know down and distance, and And I think
everybody starts with that, right? Down the distance.
Down the distance. That's where it starts, because if you're not lined up right, you're not going to do the right play right.
Exactly. Man, Coach is ready.
Right. And one thing I like about it is this is the thing that's unique, like we said, because I live in Fontana. There's 5 high schools in Fontana, and then some kids go to Etiwanda, some kids go to Rialto. What is it like when you're walking through your kite bud and you got on the football gear and people know you're on the football squad? The whole city loves you.
Yeah, it's pretty unique, because you don't get a one town, one team.
Right,
you don't. It's like it's.
You definitely have an advantage. That's a big advantage.
Growing up playing Ukaiba football since I was 7 years old.
Oh, wow.
Right. Growing up.
Oh, so you were a T-Bird.
Yeah.
So you were probably one of the guys that ran all over. Yeah, okay.
He's like, I think I remember you.
He's like, I remember hurting your feelings on the sidelines.
Got a little Geo flying around the football field.
Well, we appreciate it, man. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you, guys.
I like it.
Let's bring in our guy, right? And now my man said he's a receiver. You're a receiver, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No,
now, do me a favor, because I messed up my own last name. First and last name. So go ahead and do the proper introduction for yourself.
I'm Scuba O'Connor. I'm slot wide receiver for Ukaiba High School.
All right. Now, do you scuba dive?
No, I don't.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, man.
Okay, now, real quick. Now we heard I got a chance to come up and they were talking about your receptions. Now, how many receptions do you have on the year?
Right now, I only got one.
So
that's one more than I ever had in my whole high school career.
I was about to say, you have one more than me and him. You know
combined.
I mean? Yeah, I got you. Yeah, combined, man. So you rolling over there. Now, again, as a receiver out there and as a player for Ukaipa, what does it mean for you? I mean, because obviously in the community, folks look forward to Friday night games. So what does it mean for you?
It's a great privilege just to serve the community and be able to play the game I love. I love being a wide receiver, and I like making flashy plays and being able to score, so I like having that role.
We got to give you respect. We need some presidential music. You're the ASB president?
Yeah, I just got it this year.
Okay,
oh, man, congratulations, man.
Mr. President.
So, why did you have these guys taking pictures of you, man, when you came in here, man? Like, what's going on?
Hey, I'm the president.
You're supposed to have, like, paparazzi and stuff like that. Now that's a big deal. Now, why do you think, and again, I'm going to let you do your presidential thing. Why do you think people voted for you?
People person.
There you go.
There it is.
Now, one thing I want to talk about. So you played with the T-Birds since you were 7.
Yeah.
And playing at the stadium and seeing that, was it always a dream to get up to that varsity squad?
It's always been amazing watching that. I've actually been ball boy since sixth grade.
Nice.
And then it's always been a dream to play varsity football.
That's pretty cool. See, that's unique. You don't get that.
Yeah, I mean, like, you guys are definitely a unique football team, because it's really, really rare. So so best of luck to you guys. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Fantastic. You guys absolutely have one of the best coaches in the entire
let's get our coach back
Inland Valley.
Let's get our coach back in.
And that's the thing, just supportive of high school athletics. We absolutely love that. And, we know he supports athletics because he was we've done the All-Star game 3 years now.
Right.
And, I mean, when he showed me his file, I was blown away. He said, I've already got 100 submissions.
Yeah,
I was like, Coach, I got
a
few names for you. He's like, I already got 100 submissions.
No, coaches, and again, you have been the most prepared coach that we've dealt with, so we always appreciate you guys for that. And
still the hatest coach in San Bernardino?
Well, I'll tell you what, I really appreciate you guys having us on. And
yes, sir.
You guys do great things for Inland Empire football and Inland Empire sports in general. And it was a great experience doing the All-Star game, and I was just very privileged to have that opportunity. And, of course, it was even better that we won. So.
Yeah, and I had to put that in context. He said, I'm going to be the hatest man in San Bernardino because he had so many people.
Yes, he did.
And that's how we knew when the committee, myself, Eternal, and Coach Rome, we selected coaches. We knew we picked the right person.
Indeed.
Because you had, before like a weekend, he already had 100 names,
So we appreciate that. We got a chance to tell Michelle that you brought us up. She said, thank you very much. She's gonna get in contact with you. So
talk about a fantastic person.
Man.
I mean, what a loss for Inland Empire sports.
Right.
It's very disappointing that, I don't think people really understand how much they do for.
Right.
You guys know. I mean, look how much you do, and all these people out there are the unsung heroes of sports coverage, and it's very disappointing. Well, it was a very sad day for Inland Empire sports.
Certainly. Well, you know what it is, and we try to encourage people. It's tough because our goal now and our job is to inspire young people to come up and start to understand about just kind of like how you have some of your team here that has had that Ukaipa experience being the ball boy and already kind of like learning,
and playing for the T-Birds.
The T-Birds. That's how it is. Like, so we're trying to. Our goals is to keep. We have an internship program. We're trying to get people in here and get them more excited about this press coverage and so forth as well, because we're going to need it. We're going to need more people that are enthusiastic about covering stuff. So
absolutely.
I mean, it's amazing what these kids through social media, the radio. I mean, they love this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there's. I think unfortunately a lot of the people that are making the decisions don't get it.
I know.
Don't get what you guys do for for the kids in these communities and what it means to them to have such great guys running this radio show, and what you did with the All-Star game and all these things that you're doing for us, and we really appreciate it. We really do.
And we do that game with no budget.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely no budget. It's a work of love. Before we get out of here, Coach, if you can just name off all your guys that you had in here again from the Yucaipa.
All right, we had Gio Estrada, we had Samir Youssef, we had Scuba O'Connor, we have Keo McChesney, we have Logan Alexander, and Zach Douglas.
There you go. Yucaipa.
I want to give a shout-out also to our community, our athletic director, Matt Carpenter has done an outstanding job for us. Our principal is probably one of the greatest principals you could ever have as a head football coach.
You got to have that support.
And you know what? My assistant coaches are outstanding. I tell you what, the recognition that you guys gave me as being one of those, kind of behind the scenes, maybe not a lot of people know about what we do in Yucaipa.
Right.
It's all about our players and coaches. They've done such an outstanding job of believing in the process and what we do. So thank you so much for everything you guys do for Inland Empire.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate it. Again, it's your hard work that helps us out, man. So we appreciate that. Again, Yucaipa football. We're going to come right back after this, Coach B. Let's go ahead and get it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. We're ready to get up. We'll be right back. So we definitely want to thank you for listening to IE Sports Net connected by Boost Mobile. I am Coach B.
And I am Eternal. We'll be right back after this.
And big shouts out to Superintendent Binks.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto and Pradaxa users. If you or a loved one has taken the blood-thinning drugs Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered an injury or even died, you could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-282-8605 now. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to internal bleeding, strokes, and pulmonary embolisms. If you or a loved one has taken these blood-thinning drugs and have been hospitalized for internal bleeding, you could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Don't be a silent victim. Time is limited to file your claim. Call now for free information and a free consultation. Lines are open 24/7. Call 800-282-8605. That's 800-282-8605. 800-282-8605. You could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-282-8605 now.
All right, guys, we're ready for our Four Seasons sunroom, and Daddy's gonna get a rec room with refreshments.
Oh no, we'll be sleeping under the stars.
Mom, what about the one with, the fun?
Nice try, little bro. It's a gym. My gym.
Hey, Grandma's getting her Four Seasons garden room. Weather tight and still like being outdoors.
Maybe a living room. Oh no, wait, a family hub.
Yeah! No matter what the budget, the season, or the climate, Four Seasons sunrooms let you and your family enjoy the outdoors inside. Call now to hear more about these great offers from the premier manufacturer of sunrooms since 1975.
More reasons for Four Seasons now.
To find out more, call toll-free 800-973-5533. That's 800-973-5533. Call 800-973-5533 today.
Box combo, please.
At Raising Cane's, we're all about quality. We mix cane sauce in our restaurants every day. And our chicken is hand-battered and cooked to order. Our Texas toast is grilled with just the right amount of butter and garlic. And our lemonade is always freshly squeezed.
Love in the window.
And why do we do all this? Because it makes a difference. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
This is Rubble in Town for BlackSportsOnline.com, and I'm out here with Fox 1350.
We are Fox Sports.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the
Mike
iHeartRadio.
check.
If you
I hear the red man. I get a little excited.
If you ever thank you again, Holla. Interrupting my introduction like that.
And that's about how long my rap career lasted, too.
Exactly.
But that's it.
About 3 seconds. They was like,
now I only rap at Christmas.
Right. Mr. Santa Claus.
Right.
Give him some more crickets for that right there, too. That was real nice and corny right there. But we have a great friend of the show. And anytime we get a chance to work out and talk to our people, it's a good thing. So, Coach, please introduce yourself to the Fox Sports Radio audience.
How you guys doing this morning? It's Don Kara, the head coach at Ganesha High School in Pomona, California.
Indeed.
Respect the process, and we know it's care. And it is another. You actually have been coming to our show, I think, 5 years.
I think this might be 6.
Yeah.
Might be 6.
Because you were with us when we were back in the broom closet.
We were back in the broom closet.
I almost wanted you to escort me in, Coach, because we were nervous out there.
Let me tell you, the beautiful Carousel Mall
Right.
downtown San Bernardino.
Know all about it, right?
I think they filmed.
I was telling the kids on the way out, I said, you guys are missing out.
Oh, man.
They filmed The Shining in there, if you guys have seen it.
I'm telling you, Jack Nicholson lives in there.
Right.
Coach, obviously, man, really happy to have you in. Talk to us just about the football team, where you guys are right now, and it's kind of like how you feeling about the season.
Well, we're in a real good place this year. We're 2-1 this year. Last night we got a little bit of a setback. Played the Division 7 state champions.
Right.
But you got to play some big teams. They got 3,200 kids. We've got 950. We played a little bit out of our weight class, but you got to punch up.
Yes,
right,
you do.
right.
Yes, you do.
We still did a lot of good things, but it's going to be ready when we get to the playoffs. I hope they gives us a little something to work to.
Right. And you, no, please.
Oh no, I was going to say we talked about that a little bit with your Kaipa. You're another program that you'll play anyone, anywhere, anytime, and you don't run. And why is that so important? Because I know that we talked about Bobby Bowden did the same thing at Florida State, but why is that so important to you?
Well, we're at the point right now. There's a lot of teams that don't want to play us.
Oh wow,
because they don't want to take that L.
Okay, Coach.
In our area, that's why we had to go San Jose.
Yeah.
We're looking at San Jose, Northern California. They drove down 7 hours to play us last night.
Right.
Wow.
Because the teams in our area are like, no, we don't want to get Ganesha anymore. Before I was there, when they lost 50 games in a row, everybody was on that one.
And we coached. That's when we had you come in.
Right,
that's when we had you come in.
Everybody wanted that. That girl on their prom, their dance card.
Oh yeah.
But not anymore.
Right.
So now we're gonna look all over the place. We play out here. We played out by L.A. We played a team from L.A. last year, the Division III champions. That was our scrimmage.
Right.
And one thing that reference for the Big East, we talk about that all the time.
Yes.
What's the coach from Georgetown? Thompson.
Thomas.
Thompson. They talk about that all the time. Everyone says good job until you start beating them. And when you first came to the show, 5-6 years ago, Coach, you talked about it. You talked like you already saw where you were going to be.
Yep.
And now that it's starting to come to fruition, I know you put in a lot of work. There have been some tough seasons over the time. What is it like to start seeing some fruits of your labor?
Well, the nice thing is we finally got the kids that belong at our school.
Right.
And you know how high school.
And now you talked about that too.
You know how high school football is now. The recruiting season starts.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And it goes, and everybody's going to send you here. You're going to send you there. I'm going to get you a scholarship. But you know what? You got to play.
Right.
You come over to me, you're going to play.
Right.
The young man we've got with us here, kind of an unknown guy. Last year went for Zaquan Irby went for 2,349 yards last year. Led the state of California.
Yep.
Right. And
as a junior.
And talk about this. I know Eternal got questions. My coach never said anything about me. But the minute you came in here, you're promoting. And I like that. And throw some of them numbers out there, Coach. I don't want to do an injustice.
Well, we got to get the name out there. We got people know where we are.
Okay.
Some people are afraid of putting stats out there. They're going to throw it off. Come get it.
Right.
You get us, God bless you.
Right.
But we're going to come and we're going to do what we do.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to bring that wood.
This year, we like to run the ball downhill.
Right.
I got the kids to do it.
Right.
I brought one of my linemen here, Luis Lopez. A tiny guy like that. I got 4 more of those.
Yeah.
Okay. Our line is what gets it started.
Right.
I tell these guys all the time.
Like MC Hammer, let's get it started.
It starts up front.
Richard and the guys on the line, Nick. We've got all our big guys.
Right.
Diego.
Right.
If they don't do it, we don't get it done.
Exactly.
He knows his player's name. Coach didn't know my name.
Yeah.
He just said, "Hey, guy."
Yeah. Right.
George, JB, all the guys that get on that line, we get down there because he can't do nothing unless they do something.
Right. Absolutely.
Coach, let's get these guys on. We want to make sure we get them on. So we'll go ahead. Now, come on, Luis. We'll get you up there first, man. Come on.
These guys been on TV before. They should.
Okay.
Come on, man.
There you go. I like it. So Ganesh Giant. Okay. So go ahead and say your first and last name and then say your position and let everybody know who you are. Social media, whatever you want to do, Right. I know you got some girlfriends out there,
My name is Luis Lopez, and I'm number 63, offensive line.
Okay. You're a little tall, so,
So you get it. Now, Coach was just saying, obviously, you get a chance to block for a star running back. But he talks about that line. Talk to us about how that unity, that friendship is with the offensive line.
Well, this year is kind of new from last year, but during practice, we just got to work hard and commit to each other to protect this man, to keep the field running.
Fantastic. Now, and how is the blocker for him? Because obviously, if you get a line, he's gonna go out there, he's gonna get loose, he's gonna make some big things happen. So how is that for you guys?
I mean, we know he's gonna get down the field, so we just gotta get our blocks, and we know he's gonna do back there.
Fantastic, Coach B. I know you have some questions.
No. And this season, what are your thoughts? I mean, you're in the trenches, and like you said, you guys are you like to punish the other team. What are your thoughts about when you're getting in there and it's one of those games and it's going back and forth? What are you telling your team, or what are you trying to do to get them motivated and in the game?
Well, when we see that we're scoring, we just gotta keep on going without stopping. Like just keep on.
Keep that momentum going.
Huh? Is there a song you play to get yourself ready for a game?
Not really. I just.
He's
the spirit of the game.
Okay.
With the band playing, the fans going, it just motivates me, pumps me up.
I got you.
Now he was saying one of your biggest accomplishments was getting a chance to block for a record-setting running back.
Yeah.
So that had to be big for you, right?
Yeah.
So let's get Mr. Running Back up here.
Right here.
Now
So
this is how I can always tell, what kind of running back he is. I'll ask you. It's a simple question. Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith. So who's the better back?
Barry Sanders.
Okay, there you go. Put respect to say this is a running back right here. He understands history. He knows about running backs.
And this guy right here is kind of like Barry. You know, Barry would have one of those 2, 4,
right.
6, 83.
Yes. So he's actually a running back that doesn't rely on the line to get him yards. Okay,
everybody does. Everybody does. Thank you.
Okay.
You can have a hole and get caught.
Yep. Okay.
They no hawk on him.
Right. Yeah, kind of like Barry Sanders.
Introduce yourself to the Fox Sports Radio audience, please.
Good morning. My name is Zaquan Irby. I'm Ganesha High's running back, number 3.
Now I don't like the voice, man. He's trying to take my job. You see how smooth he is.
Ready to go in there? So talk to us about that, man. You're coming right now. If I'm reading these stats correct, I hope if they're up to date. It looks like you have roughly about almost 700 yards already. Is that correct? Or
No, they're not. Coach corrected me when he came in.
854 yards.
Yeah, Coach ain't playing.
Saturday morning, I haven't got the stats up yet.
He's like, give me a second. How is that for you, man? I mean, that's a huge accomplishment. You're coming off a dynamic year last year. How are you feeling about almost having 1,000 yards in 3 games?
I feel real good about it, actually. Like, it's something I work to do every week. I plan to get more yards every week. It's something I work to throughout the whole week.
Fantastic. Now, one of the things about doing it requires a certain level of focus. So, how are you working, getting yourself prepared, knowing that you had a big year last year? What was that preparation like, getting ready for this year?
I did some off-season workouts. Tried to get better. The motivation is 1% better every day.
Right. And then, so like, do you have a goal in mind? Because like last year, because you got what? How many did you get last year?
2,349.
So what's the goal? What is the goal this year, man?
I'm trying to beat that.
You're trying to beat the. So I mean, is 3,000? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, it's a possibility.
I mean, my goodness, this guy's talking about getting 3,000.
He had 410 yards in one game. Coach is coaching me up. He's over here in my ear coaching me up. So 854 yards. So I'll tell you this. That's 854 more yards than I ever had in 4 years of high school football. You're averaging 284 yards per game, and he had one game with 410 yards.
Wow, that's incredible.
That's 410 yards more than I had in 5 years.
Well, again, I mean, right now, we just want to make sure we tell you, you have a home here. You can always come back and let us know and keep us.
Well, with his voice, I don't know. He might come. The station.
I will come back.
The station might say he's an athlete. He's got a great voice. We don't need y'all anymore,
right. No, but keep up the good work, man. That's an amazing job. I mean, we saw you in the paper last year, man, and it's really. We told Coach, we were like, man, that's crazy. 2,300 yards. That's crazy. In the season,
it's like Barry Sanders type numbers.
Yeah,
but one thing I'll say, we're on tape. We're recording, right, G. Holla? Are you playing in the Inland Valley Classic?
I plan on.
He's like, oh well,
we gotta see if we can get you out there, man. But again, Coach, thank you so much.
Let's bring Coach up right quick.
We got to get ready to get out of here. Again, Coach.
We got about 2 minutes to go. But Coach,
go ahead.
Okay, what I was gonna say, Coach, tell me about the season. I like you said, everything's starting to come together. And I know you were saying that some people are scared to play you, but we got about 30 seconds to go. What are your thoughts about the season, and what are your expectations?
Well, I'm hoping we can get through this, finish 1 or 2 in our league. Do what we're supposed to do, get to the playoffs, and keep playing that 11th game. The goal is always to win the last game of the season.
Right.
If you win the last one, that usually means you're the only one that won.
Right.
Fantastic.
We want to be one of those 13 teams at the end of the year that gets to hold up a plaque.
I heard that, man.
There you go.
Coach, thanks
It
again.
might be an Inland Valley Classic plaque.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, we hope to do that too.
In addition. So, Coach, thanks again. We appreciate you bringing out the kid, Irby, man, in your line. Keep it up, man. You guys are doing a great job putting it on, man.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us on. And Michelle Gardner, we love you and have a great time in Arizona.
Absolutely.
Right there. Big
So
shout.
thank you so much for listening to IE Sportsnet Connected by Boost Mobile with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. Live on Fox Sports 1350.
And next week you got San Gabriel.
Yes, sir.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
You are tuned into the new home for IE Sportsnet every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here.
On Fox Sports Radio 1350 a.m. IE Sportsnet every Saturday morning, 8 a.m.